If everyone could please take your seats, we're about to get started here. Just as a reminder, please keep this front aisleway clear during the session. All righty, good morning everyone, and welcome to graduation of guide dog class number 421. At this time, I would like to introduce the Girl Scouts to come up and lead the Pledge of Allegiance.
Audience attention, please stand and remove all hats. Color guard attention. Graduates, the flag will be passing down the center aisle past you and up the stage ramp. Color guard advance. Color guard post the colors. Color guard salute the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color guard dismissed. Audience, please be seated.
Good job, ladies. Let's give them a round of applause. Well, welcome everybody. Today is always a very exciting day, filled with emotions. We could not be more proud of these 5 students that will be coming up here on stage. Before we get started, I just want to recognize a couple of special groups of people that kind of work behind the scenes. And so the first group I want to talk about are our breeder hosts. If you're a breeder host, please stand up. Yay, there they are. Awesome. And for those of you breeder hosts that are watching from home, you know, these guys keep our breeding stock. They're keeping them happy, healthy, feeding them probably 5 or 6 bags of food throughout their pregnancies, just making sure that we keep continuing to create new guide dogs and service dogs. So thank you guys very much for all that you do. The next group of people that I want to recognize are our area leaders. If we have any area leaders, I know we have a few here. Why don't you go ahead and stand on up? So these guys are key. These guys are helping lead some of our puppy classes. They're the first point of contact for the puppy raisers when things are going awry. They work really close in conjunction with our canine development team to help make these dogs successful. So thank you guys for all that you do. We really appreciate you. And this last group that I want to thank are our puppy raisers. Well, all the puppy raisers in here, please stand up. We would not be sitting here today without all that you guys do. You, out of the goodness of your heart, take these dogs into your home, give them all of the love and support, take them out in the environment, all to make days like today possible. And we couldn't do it without you. So thank you all very, very much. So for those of you, we've had a lot of new staff come on board. And so at this point, I am going to bring up our new puppy program coordinator. Her name is Jessica Gayton. And I just want everybody to see her beautiful face. And she's going to talk to you a little bit about puppy raising.
Not as tall as Jamie. But yes, I'm Jess. I'm the puppy program coordinator here. So I'm in charge of the placement and recruitment of puppies. So we do have a puppy orientation coming up soon on October 15th. So if you guys can make it, I would definitely love to talk to you about that. And behind the screen here, we do have a QR code if you wanted to find out some more information about puppy raising. But we always do need puppy raisers, and you could see that this makes a great impact, especially for those guys over there and those guys over there. Those puppies spent a significant amount of time in a home, so they spend about 18 months there, and we really rely on puppy raisers. So please talk to me, find me after graduation, and we would love to have you. Thank you.
All right, well, let's get on with the show. I'm now going to introduce our president, Russ Gitlin.
How is everybody today? We got guide dog people in the crowd here, or what? Come on, big round of applause for you guys. So I was fortunate enough to spend last week in Vegas with the Machinists Union National Convention. And for those of you that don't know, the IAM, the Machinists, are massive supporters of Guide Dogs of America, Tender Loving Canine. In fact, GDA's founder, Joseph Jones, was a machinist member himself, a railroad worker from Meridian, Mississippi. You might not have heard his story, but when Jones went to apply for a guide dog at age 57, he was denied for his advanced age. When Jones set out to establish a guide dog school of his own, the IM endorsed GDA as their charity of choice. We get a lot of support from the Machinists. First of all, they hold fundraisers throughout USA, Canada, for GDA, supporting almost a third of our annual budget. But they also open a lot of doors. They partnered us with United Airlines and are working on relationships with hundreds of other great organizations. Alaska Airlines, Southwest Airlines, Hawaiian Airlines, UPS, Ryder, Penske, Greyhound, Boeing, Lockheed, Jones Granger, and that's just to name a few. These relationships allow students and trainers to fly on board carriers, resulting in savings a tremendous amount of our resources would have to go to. These relationships create stimulus, which funds this great school. United employees give the blind students extra help and attention at LAX. In case you didn't know that, this class will leave today and tomorrow. When they get to LAX, there's a whole group of machinists that are already prepped and ready to help them get to their planes and make sure they're safe. The IM Veterans Department, just last week, has teamed up with GDA TLC to fight for the right for those recipients of service dog and try to get them free medical for their new partners. So right now there's a big problem with the government, where for some reason they're being a little stingy with the medical when a veteran receives a dog, and if they don't have a missing limb or something like that, they seem to think PTSD doesn't count. Well, we're coming for them. We got the whole legislative department and the Veterans Department working on making sure that these veterans have what they deserve, which is benefits for their dog. How about that one? The IAM is critical to this organization. We refer to everyone as being part of the village that makes up GDA TLC. And this past week, with 1,500 of those villagers displayed the true meaning of giving and support. And I think the last count that I heard was they raised about $75,000 for us just in that 1 week during the conference. So to all my brothers and sisters machinists out there, we can't thank you enough, and we couldn't do it without you guys. Anyway, while I was at the convention, something remarkable happened that I want to report back to you guys. One of our service dogs, we're gonna show you a little something that will probably bring tears to everybody's eyes, so I hope you have your Kleenexes ready. But I know this is a guide dog graduation, but we've heard from a lot of folks that they want to learn more about the new programs here at Guide Dogs of America. And as we continue down this path, tender loving canines, we mustn't look at it as a service dog versus guide dogs or one being better than the other. We are one school with one great mission. Nothing showcases the importance of our new program as much as the video I'm about to show you. So just to set it up a little bit, you know, we're at this convention for over a week, and there's like I said, 1,500 folks there. And I did a presentation, and after I did a presentation, a young lady named Allie came up and she started speaking to me about service dogs, in which I turned her over to one of our employees, Aaron, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what happened. Roll the film, please.
Hi everybody, my name is Mariah Romo and I'm here with Guide Dogs of America and Tender Loving Canines. We are so excited to be here at the Grand Lodge this convention. Thank you so much for inviting us. We're having a wonderful time meeting with all the delegates, showing them these amazing dogs and what they do. We are so thankful for your support. We're able to provide these dogs at absolutely no cost to recipients across the United States and Canada. We're placing these dogs with people who are blind or visually impaired, children with autism, and veterans with PTSD. They also go to people in facilities like hospitals, courtrooms, and schools, and we could not do it without the support of the machinist members here. So we're...
Hi everyone. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody for all the money and generosity and support you give Guide Dogs of America, Tender Loving Canines. I just want to report to you that after my report the other day to the delegates, I had a lady come up to me from 751F Alley, and she explained to us how she had a child with autism. And she asked me a bunch of questions, and I put her in touch with Aaron, who happened to be here, with Bobby, the dog, which many of you petted already. And she explained how the autism program worked. Well, unbeknownst to us, her son Jackson was actually on property. And it was a pretty amazing thing. Aaron said, listen, why don't you go upstairs and I'll show you exactly what this dog can do. And I'm going to let Allie tell the story, but I'm going to tell you, even I, as President of America, was amazed at what happened between Jackson and Bobby. So with that, listen to what Allie says, and again, thank you for everything you do for Guide Dogs of America, Tender Loving Canine.
So my name is Allie England. I'm from IAM 751, Local F, and my son has autism. I call it a superhero power called autism. And I was told that the guide dogs have dogs for autism. And my son was having a moment because there's a lot of changes here and a lot of people, so he was overwhelmed. So we sat in the chairs where the trainers sit, and he was pretty much losing it. He was about to, it was like, I do these zones, so it was like, red, I do blue zone when he's, okay. Green zone when it's like, all right, we're getting towards yellow. Yellow zone is we gotta leave. We have to change the scenery or something. So he was really there. So we moved from the guide dogs booth and went across the way to the other chairs, and he was still losing it. And Russ was sitting across, and there was a lot of people who saw what was going on, and he was, throwing his hat, sliding down the chair, losing it. Then Aaron and Bobby, the dog, came up, and when my son was clearing, he says, "No dog," and the dog licked his hand. And immediately, as soon as the dog licked sorry. As soon as the dog licked his hand, he completely changed. He smiled, he slid down on the floor, and the dog trainer, Aaron, immediately had the dog lay on my son, and he was smiling and laughing. My son has never, I'm talking about never, gotten out of, he's never got out that quickly ever, and it was just cool. It was so cool because I didn't think that there would be something that would ever just snap him out of it when he's losing it. And it's not just a tantrum. He has a sensory overload, and you can't get mad at him for it. I mean, it's hard. It's hard on him. It's hard on everyone. And it lasts for hours sometimes. And I'm like happy crying, but it doesn't look like it. I'm sorry. But he just dog, and it just snapped out of it. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Excited to be here to share our mission and to, of course, raise funds for guide dogs. So if you guys want more information about our programs and services, please visit our website at guidedogsofamerica.org.
How about that, guys? So what that film didn't show is, so I turned around and she was crying, and I said, "Why are you crying?" And she said, "It's never happened before. This, when he gets into yellow zone or red zone, it's over. He's off in his tantrum, and it takes hours to get him back." And within a minute or two, Bobby had him back. So they get back to doing it, and Aaron started working with the kid a little more. And the next thing you know, Aaron hooked up this special harness, and the kid's walking the dog around this like really crowded area with lights and noises and all this stuff without his cowboy hat, which he usually has his cowboy hat. And I looked around again, and they're bawling. Her and her caretaker are bawling still. And I said, "Well, why are you guys crying now?" And she said, "Because he never has done this. He never leaves my side. He's always very close to me, and here he is out there with this dog with freedom and independence." So big round of applause. I think that's... So while today is a celebration of our new guide dog teams, it's also a reminder of the new unified mission. Together, we will transform lives through partnerships with service dogs. Give me a show of hands if you personally know a child who has autism, or someone who is blind, or a veteran struggling with PTSD. Do we got anybody that knows anybody like that? That's right. Folks, I can tell you that it's not just for people who have autism. Whether they are a veteran battling PTSD, or someone who is blind or visually impaired, or a family affected by autism, for our clients, every day is a fight. Every day is a battle for health, hope, and opportunity. Fortunately for them, they have us. Together, we can assure that anyone who needs a service dog in their life can have one. A service dog that brings them confidence, mobility, and independence. And more than that, a dog that brings them love, dignity, and a hope for a better future. With your help, there will be no more zones. So how can you help? I know many of you are already involved with our program, but you too may be wondering how you can do more. Puppy Raise. Start a fundraiser, get your friends involved, get your company or work involved, bring them on a tour. Okay, before we get started with the sponsorships, I got to tell you, so a lot of you don't know this, but I grew up in Pennsylvania, and was a little bit of a troubled kid, I would say. And at some point or another, my mother and father said, "Go east, young men," and they sent me to Boston to live with my sister. And her and my brother-in-law, they spent a lot of time straightening me out, which they did, I think, a fairly good job of. I'm up here. So, but I'm proud to tell you today in the audience is my brother-in-law and my sister. My brother-in-law is like a brother to me. So why don't you stand up? Sam and Sarah, stand up. Stand up. It's my sister and my brother-in-law. I'm proud to have them here today. Team sponsors is our highest level of sponsorship, and today we have one team sponsorship that is from our good friend Jane Huey and the Huey Family Foundation. Jane is a longtime donor who has generously sponsored the team of Kat and Tycho. She lives in Arizona and could not be here today, but did have the opportunity to visit the school earlier this month. Thank you, Jane, so much for your continued support. Hopefully you'll be watching the ceremony on Facebook. How about a big round of applause for our friend? This next lady is a friend of mine, and she's just constantly a presence at Guide Dogs of America, and she's done everything within the organization. Susan Hoffman, sponsored. Do you want to give a big round of applause before I start? Go ahead. Go ahead. Anyhow, she's not just a sponsor, but she's involved with us. And Susan Hoffman and her puppy sponsorship for Guide Dog Jolie. Susan not only sponsored, but also raised Jolie, and I know this is a very happy day for us. Susan was the co-leader for our West Side Puppy Raiser group and has contributed greatly to our school with many puppy sponsorships and generous donations during the new construction on our campus. Thank you, Susan, for your support, and congratulations on Jolie's graduation. How about that, huh? I think I have something here for you, Susan. Where are you? Come on up here. Come on up here. On behalf of Guide Dogs of America, Tender Loving Canine, Susan Hoffman, Puppy Sponsorship Jolie 2022. Thank you for everything. You want to say anything? No. Okay. All right. Next, I'd like to acknowledge our harness sponsors, as we have a couple today. Thank you to Agnes Moreau for sponsoring the harness of Opal. How about a round of applause for Agnes? As well as sponsoring the harness for Mango. The Higgins family for sponsoring the harness for Zuri. Round of applause for the Higgins family. And the West Side Puppy Raisers for sponsoring the harness for Tycho. Aiden Pappas for sponsoring the harness for Jolie. And Linda Loper and Lori Ralding for sponsoring the harness of Legend. I'd like to acknowledge and thank our class sponsors. I'll say them all and then we'll clap. Sandy Bennett, Los Angeles Kiwi Chapter, Joint Action Committee, Sepulveda Building Materials, Hopeview Elementary, and the Bert and Adam Bailey. How about a big round of applause for all the sponsors? So I just spent 9 days in Vegas, so the last place I want to go back to is Vegas, but we're gearing up and we're getting ready for our annual yearly banquet in Las Vegas. Mark your calendars. The 41st annual William W. Whippensinger Charity Banquet will be the 17th to the 19th of November at the Paris Las Vegas Hotel and Casino. And this year, the theme is Pup Pack is back. Visit the old Las Vegas and relive the days when Frank, Sammy, and Dean were in Sin City, some of the most famous entertainers. So that's not a closed event just to, it's if you want to come, we want you to come. We want you to enjoy. We do a golf tournament. We do a clay shoot. We're going to race exotic cars this year, and of course the banquet. So any of you that want to come out and join us, it's a great time. I encourage you to come out and join us. It helps raise monies for this great organization. NCL. Hey guys, where are my NCL guys at? Girls at? How about a big round of applause? Are they unbelievable or what? The National Charity League, San Fernando Valley Chapter, NCL, dedicated members are on hand at every graduation, providing and serving refreshments, assisting families and members and guests, and generously helping whenever they can. They also donate, so thank you very much again. . 。  . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . A final reminder that we only provide these amazing dogs with the support of thousands of individuals, foundations, corporations, and organizations. And for this, I would like to thank you. So we got an amazing class, and before I depart from the podium here, I just want to say that I'm excited for this class. This is the beginning of another chapter in your life, and I think that your guides are gonna do you well. I'm looking forward to hearing the stories. Of course, I told you I'll be hitting you up to go to some of the events. I'm extremely proud of Madeline Babcock over there. She's like an adopted daughter to me. I'm filling in as her surrogate dad today. Her and Zuri are graduating. She's from Boston, anybody that didn't know that. And her family works tirelessly for Guide Dogs of America, and we're happy to have her here. But I'm really happy for all the graduates. I'm looking forward to hearing about all the stories and about where you and your dogs go. We left somebody out last time, and they headed to Italy immediately, so just to go out and experience life. So you got a new partner that's going to see you through life, and we're excited for you. So congratulations. Big round of applause for this class. Sean Childs and Kelsey have been with us a long time. They're fabulous trainers. I hear nothing but great things about them, and I know them both very well. So before I get started, Sean's gonna get up here and speak to you guys. But how about a round of applause for these folks that made this happen? Thank you very much. I'm Russ Gitlin, President, Guide Dogs America. This is Sean Childs. Give him a big warm welcome. You want this?
All right, guys, I'm going to end up describing our slideshow that we're about to have, so if we can go ahead and start the slideshow. There's our class 421. We have Ariel and Mango in their class picture. We have Ariel and Mango on the train and goal line. Here's Ariel using her cane outside of our lounge in San Fernando. Here's Ariel and Kelsey doing some judo. Here's Ariel and Mango on our Lake Balboa trip, looking perfect. Here's Ariel and Mango running the streets of Burbank. And here they are on the escalators. And there's Ariel and Mango working a route on campus. And here again is Ariel and Mango working in Lake Balboa Park. Here's a picture of Mango and as a puppy and as a graduate. Next we have Eugene and Opal. Here's their team picture. There's our first meet of Eugene and Opal. There's myself and Eugene doing Juno in San Fernando. Here's Eugene using his cane, learning the route in San Fernando. And here's Eugene on his first walk with Opal. Here's Eugene and Opal working on Lake Balboa. Here's Eugene and Opal on the goal line. Here's Eugene showing some good love to his dog at the curbs in San Fernando. There's Eugene also again showing some good praise as they're working down a set of stairs. And here's a picture of Opal as a puppy and as a graduate. Next we have Madeline and Zuri, team picture. Here's the first meet of Madeline and Zuri. Here's Madeline using her cane, learning that basic route in San Fernando. Here's Madeline again using or doing some Juno with Kelsey in San Fernando. Here's Madeline and Zuri running in San Fernando on our basic route. Here's Madeline and Zuri on the train. Here's Madeline and Zuri when they're at Lake Balboa. Another one of Madeline and Zuri at Lake Balboa. Here's Zuri hanging out with her sunglasses on, and a picture of Zuri as a puppy and as a graduate. Next we have Kat and Tycho, team pictures. There's Kat and Tycho's first meeting together. Here's Kat working, using her cane in our basic route area. Again, Kat and Kelsey doing some Juno on campus. Here's Kat and Tycho, and I believe we're at Veterans Park there, and he's just getting a little bit of love. Here's Kat and Tycho's first walk. Here's Kat and Tycho, and I believe we are in Pasadena. Here's some obedience that we did with Kat and Tycho. And there's a good looking picture of Tycho. There's a class picture and puppy picture of Tycho. Next we have Tyrone and Jolie, team pictures. Here's Tyrone's first meet with his new dog. Here's Tyrone using his cane on our basic route in San Fernando. There's Tyrone and Jolie working out of our lounge area. Here's Tyrone and Jolie working a sidewalkless route at Veterans Park. And here's Tyrone and Jolie in San Fernando. And here's actually Tyrone and Jolie on their first walk. Here's Tyrone and Jolie and Lake Balboa. And here's Tyrone and Jolie being very good, not wanting to play with the other dog as they worked on their basic route or campus route. Here's a picture of Jolie as a puppy and as a graduate. Next we have Paul and Legend. Here's Paul with his with Legend and his old guide dog Cooley in the background. Here's Paul and Legend. Paul's getting a haircut and Legend's catching some Z's. Here's a good picture of Paul and Legend together. Here's Paul working one of his basic routes in his home area. There's Paul working through his senior center buildings. There's a picture of Legend and as a puppy and as a graduate. Here's the congratulations class 421. It's their picture at Lake Balboa. Next, I'd like to introduce Kelsey. She'll be giving the class intros.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kelsey Horst, and it is fantastic to see all of your beautiful faces. I am one of the trainers in this class, and Sean Childs has been my partner in crime for this class. Before we start introducing our newly matched teams, there are some people that I would like to thank first. The Ashkenazi Development for allowing us to use a conference room so our students and dogs have a rest area between routes. As everyone always says, it always takes a village. We are so appreciative of all the volunteers that are involved with assisting us on the weekends so we can have a day off, and our personal shopper in class who ran errands for the students who needed some additional groceries. Sean and I are so grateful for everyone here at GDA, especially everyone holding down the kennels, taking care of our dogs while we are up here in class. Everyone has a special place here at GDA, and we cannot thank everyone enough. Class 421 joins us from different parts of California, as well as Chicago, Boston, and Oregon. Some students have come for their first guide dog, some for their second and even third. These students have had a lot to learn over the last 3 weeks. They've learned the basics of guide work, learned new routes, had some laughs, made some friends, and have prepared to make their journey home. These students have put in so much hard work and effort in this class, and I am so excited to announce that they have officially graduated today. So let's meet these teams. Our first student is Ariel Cavazos. Elle is 32 years old from Bakersfield, California, and this will be her second guide dog. She lives at home with her family and Gabby, an adorable Morkie who turns 13 on Monday. She's currently in school and majoring in sociology. Elle loves to run and has a goal to run in a marathon by the end of the year. She was paired with Mango, a female black cross who was raised by Sherry and Bob Lauterbach.
Hello there. Just want to thank you. Mongo and I have really bonded as a team. She really lets me rely on hand gestures, so I really feel like a Jedi using the Force. She really likes escalators, so I'm like, Mongo, these are not the escalators you're looking for. I just want to thank Sherry. Mongo. I just want to thank Sherry and Bob for raising my little Mongo. They did an amazing job with her, and I just want to thank the puppy raisers. You guys have really been really supportive through my transition to Team Mongo. You guys have really been amazing, and you guys are the true heroes here. You guys really change lives, and you guys are really amazing and do great things when you guys take home these puppies. Without you guys, I mean, we wouldn't have our eyes, essentially. So thank you guys. You guys are truly heroes. So thank you for everything you do. Thank you.
Nice job. Representing Mango today is Sherry.
Raising a puppy during COVID certainly had its own challenges, but in many ways it was all the more rewarding as we had to be creative in providing Mango the experiences that led her to this milestone, being matched as a partner with Ariel. We are fortunate to have gone through puppy kindergarten and beyond with Mango's littermates and their wonderful raisers. We became a tight, cohesive group who shared challenges and successes throughout the 17+ months that we raised these wonderful golden lab crosses. We celebrated their 6-month birthday together wearing masks, and we gathered again just before puppy turn-in. Mango immediately became a member of our family as we raised and trained her under the watchful eye of career change Axel. With several furlough visits from Shiloh, an in-for-training puppy we raised before Mango, and when another puppy became available for us to raise before Mango went in for training, Mango offered playful guidance to little Elsie. Whether it is a first puppy or, in Mango's case, our 8th, the joy of raising these wonderful dogs to do this important work is incredibly rewarding. We are grateful for this privilege and for the support we receive from the volunteers and staff who comprise the GDA family. Godspeed, Mango. May you lead Ariel on a wonderful adventure for many years to come.
Our next student is Eugene Kim. Eugene is from La Crescenta, California, and this will be his very first guide dog. He is a designer for Fandango and has been doing this for a year and a half. He has been married to his wife for 20 years, and they recently celebrated their anniversary. Congratulations, Eugene and Jane. Eugene loves skiing, playing the guitar, and loves to go rock hounding. While doing so, he has even found an opal gemstone. Eugene was ironically paired with Opal, a female yellow Labrador retriever who was raised by Becca Di Paola.
I've gone through this a couple times with my wife on the phone. I've gotten out the cries, so we're good. Okay. In January 2020, I started losing my vision due to unknown causes. It started in my right eye, where my view became patchy, and words on a page went missing. Just a few weeks later, the same thing happened in my right eye. I literally saw my vision decline on a daily basis. By the middle of February, my central vision was shot and I was declared legally blind. Not a day has gone by these last 2.5 years where my heart doesn't hurt. In my dreams, I see just fine, but I wake up to a blurry world. Sometimes simply that can make the rest of the day unbearable. So when I received that call from Greg telling me I was accepted into Guide Dogs of America, that gave me hope. I had lost both my independence and my confidence, which in turn left me feeling very alone and hopeless. You said you had some tissues, right? But now I have Opal, my shiny gem, who is there to guide me. There to guide me along the way. I'm so proud. I'm so proud and thankful for her and all we've accomplished together. Her name has meaning to me. Like the gem, Opal is valued, precious, and should be handled with care. It turns out she was born in January of 2020, the same exact month I was losing my vision. Little did I know the stars had already aligned and our lives would be brought together. In addition, January is our birthday month, which means we'll always be celebrating together. Kelsey and Sean, you are very good trainers of both dogs and humans. But more importantly, you are amazing people. You spent extra time with me to practice my positioning and management. When I felt like I was letting Opal down, you encouraged me to keep going. Thank you both for training Opal to be a great guide dog and for matching us together. Thanks to the donors, to Greg and the GDA staff, and all the volunteers who have made this day possible. A special thanks to Rebecca, Marlon, and Steve for raising Opal, especially during such a difficult time in all our lives. You must be so proud of her right now. Opal reached her goal of becoming a guide dog because of your love and sacrifice. Please know you have not only touched my life, but the lives of my family. We thank you so much for being Opal's puppy raiser. And finally, I'd like to thank my optometrist, Jane, who also happens to be my wife. Your unwavering love has helped me overcome so much. I wouldn't be here without you. Thank you.
Representing Opal today is Becca's mother, Marlon.
So I'm here on behalf of my daughter today. She's studying at UNT Denton in Texas and couldn't make it out. She's taking 8 classes and working, so she couldn't leave her exams this week, but I'm reading this on her behalf. She said, raising Opal has been such an amazing opportunity. Everybody at Guide Dogs of America is full of support and love, and I couldn't have asked for a better experience. Opal is such a goofy little puppy, and she loves to be around her person and loves to give lots of kisses and attention. She has always seemed to know the minute you put on her guide dog jacket, it was work time. You could see a completely different dog wanting to do her best. I hope Opal treats you and helps you and provides love, guidance, and companionship for your family. And I have a little something of my own. So I wanted to talk about my daughter because I'm very proud of her. She got Opal the month after she turned 19, and she took raising Opal very seriously. We actually got Opal the day that they had announced everything was closing. So it did work to our benefit because Becky was home 24/7 with Opal, so she could basically show her the rope, show her how things were done, potty training. So Becky did eventually go back to school and go back to work and was able to take Opal to school with her. And I was able to take Opal to work with me a couple times. I work in a courthouse, so we were able to do court together. It was kind of fun. My daughter's world revolves around dogs. Her goal is to provide someone with something that would be life-changing. She chose to join Guide Dogs of America to help fulfill her love of dogs and help somebody who would benefit from her hard work and dedication. My daughter made Opal her best friend. She too provided love, support, and guidance for my daughter. And I'm so proud of my daughter daily for her dedication to Opal and making her the best she could be. We hope you enjoy and love Opal as much as we have. She will forever be a part of our lives that we will never forget. She was such a joy to have around. We wish you and your family many happy, healthy years ahead with Opal. Thank you, Jean and family.
Our next student is Madeline Babcock. Maddie is 18 years old from Belmont, Massachusetts, and this is her second guide dog. She is currently in college attending Fairfield University, but when not at school, she is at home with her parents, triplet siblings, and 3 pet dogs. Maddie was matched with Zuri, a female German Shepherd who was raised by the Higgins family.
Hi, thank you guys so much. As it was said, Zuri is my second guide dog. She's definitely the harder one and needs more management, but that's kind of part of the challenge. For example, today when this started, she was freaking out about clapping. Now she's doing perfectly fine. So it's been just as rewarding as hard. There's been times where I didn't know if I would be able to give her what she needed, but she is amazing and I love her so much. Kelsey, you're welcome for all the runs. I know your watch appreciated it. And I am so sorry for her little attitude and mine. You know, you guys did perfect on that match. So thank you guys so much.
Representing Zuri today will be Allison.
All right, I'm just going to say a quick thank you to the GDA staff and Westside Puppy Raisers who really brought Zuri to this point. So, Zuri, this has been a long time coming. I'm not even sure where to begin. Zuri was here so long, I thought she was going to become the official GDA mascot. Zuri was a tricky puppy, a loyal puppy, a too smart for me puppy, a puppy who has my heart. This dog was my pandemic puppy. When everything shut down, we started getting up early and walking the streets of Hollywood, Hancock Park, and Koreatown every single day. The routine was the same. Leash up, relieve, jacket on, call Spectrum customer service, walk while staying on hold until we logged our daily complaint about their service, day after day for weeks. Because of Zuri, Wilton Drive has strong internet. So, on their behalf, I thank you. Seriously though, Zuri is a special dog. Before I got her, I asked Yvette if she had any tips on raising a shepherd. She told me to send the puppy out on a lot of puppy sits to get them used to being with different people. So at 12 weeks, Zuri was off to puppy sitters' homes, and for this reason, she's completely comfortable with different people. She's developed a fan club that stretches all across Los Angeles, many of whom are here today. Shout out to the live stream. The thing about Zuri is she likes lots of people, but only loves a few. You have to earn her love. She doesn't hand it out to just anyone, but when she does love, she loves with her whole heart. When Maddie told me that Zuri tried to curl up in her lap, I knew that was love. And that love is going to deepen because Zuri bonds over the work and the time you spend together. Maddie, Zuri is going to be your devoted partner, your best friend, your ride or die. She loves you, and because she has a big part of my heart inside her, I trust her enough to love you too. Thank you for taking her into her life. I can't wait to see where you go.
Our next student is Kat Cadwell. Kat is from the Chicago area, and this will be her very first guide dog. She recently finished audio engineering school and has big plans to open a bed and breakfast in the San Diego area. Kat was matched with Tycho, a male yellow Labrador retriever who was raised by Tay Kamau and Jed Furman.
Hi, everybody. When I first started going blind, I didn't feel a lot of hope. Sorry, here we go. Someone once told me that in life there's roses and thorns, and going blind was my thorn. But when I started going blind, my mom told me one day, if I work really hard, I can get a guide dog. Little did I know I wasn't going to get a rose, I was going to get a whole garden. I love Tycho with all my heart. He's my joy. He always makes me laugh. And I'm just so grateful to GDA, the puppy raisers, and everyone. Thank you so much for everything that you guys do. You change lives, and I'm so grateful. Before I start bawling, I'm going to end this now, but thank you so, so much.
Representing Tycho today will be Tay.
Hello, my name is Tay Kamo, and look, Mom, no hands. I decided that I was just going to speak to you from the heart today, that everyone has said to you, you've heard over and over, it takes a village, it's a family. So I'm just going to speak to you like I'm speaking to my family. Tycho was our second puppy that we raised. The first puppy, Dewey, did not graduate, actually. He graduated, but he did not have a graduation because his graduation was canceled because of COVID. And that particular class was sent home early. And this was a great thing for me because I was absolutely dreading this moment with Dewey. I knew I was just going to get up here and cry and make a fool of myself, and I was just totally dreading it. So I was really, really happy that he just got to graduate, and he is now a working guide dog in the Chicago area. There's a Instagram, Blind Nessa, if you want to follow him on Instagram. So Tycho is our second guide dog pup, and a big difference with Tycho was that every single day I would take Tycho aside and I would say, you are going to be a hero dog. You are a hero dog. And you're going to be a hero to someone. And from the very beginning, I was totally focused on he's going somewhere and he's going to do great things. He's not my dog. And so this is a little bit easier for me the second time through. So to tell you a little bit about Tycho, my husband and I are both scientists, so we decided that we were going to name Tycho after a scientist. So he's named after Tycho Brahe, the astronomer. And of course, when you name the puppy, you haven't yet met the puppy. So you don't really know what they're going to be like, what their personality is going to be like. Tycho as a puppy very, very seldom had all four paws on the ground. And I don't know if any of you have ever seen a spinner dolphin before, but spinner dolphins literally leap out of the water and spin in the air and then dive back in. And that was Tycho. So my husband and I used to always kid that we should have named him Tigger. He's been a wonderful dog. We had him for a really long time because he was a pandemic puppy, and then it turned out that at the time he was supposed to go in for training, it was the beginning of the summer, so we got to keep him for the summer also because they don't do training here over the summer because it's too hot. So we had him for a very, very long time, and then we got him back on furlough, and he's been terrific the entire time. We're so, so proud of him. I was really excited to meet Kat, and I'm even more excited that she's thinking of coming. She lives in Chicago now, but she's thinking of coming to the San Diego area. So maybe at some point we'll be able to see this incredibly beautiful dog. Allison stole my line about being the being the mascot because Tycho didn't really like to be in the kennels when he was here, so he spent a lot of time with the other, all the different volunteers in their office, and many people walked him, and he's just kind of been, I thought, sorry Zuri, I guess there were two unofficial mascots. And I was told today, actually, by Kat that Tycho has a big crush on Zuri, so maybe that's why. So Kat, go forward in good health. I'm so happy, we're so happy to have provided this hero dog for you, and we wish you nothing but the best.
Our next student is Tyrone Tagle. Tyrone is from Walnut, California, and this is his second guide dog. He has a wife, and they have been married for 54 years. He enjoys leather crafting, basket weaving, and is a student volunteer at the Braille Institute. Tyrone was paired with Jolie, a female yellow Labrador retriever who was raised by Susan Hoffman.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I'd like to thank God, the GDA group here, and all the volunteers, and especially Sean and Kelsey for the training to put Jolie and me together as a team. But most of all, I'd like to thank Susan for raising such a great dog. Keep it simple. Okay, thank you very much.
Stop.
Representing Jolie today will be Susan. Just make sure you stand right in the middle where the camera is, okay?
Jolie was a great puppy right from day one. She was smart, well-behaved, and affectionate. I have a career-change dog at home named Skylar, and from the first day Jolie got home, she and Skylar were the best of friends. They'd play together and sleep together and run around together. But the one odd thing that Jolie did is she would grab Skylar's collar and lead him around. I thought, dogs work it out, that Skylar would tell her to knock it off, and that would be the end of it. But he never told her to knock it off. And for the whole time I had Jolie, she led Skylar around by his collar. It just happens that when I got Jolie, it was before the merger with TLC, and so it never occurred to me that she would be anything other than a guide dog. So during COVID, we would go for long walks together, and I would talk to Jolie about what a wonderful guide dog she was going to be, how much somebody would love her, how important she would be in somebody's life. And that was our conversation. When I learned that she was going to graduate today, I was very excited, but of course you're always nervous about who is your dog going to end up with. And then I met Tyrone, and my heart melted. Tyrone is warm and affectionate, and he loves Jolie, and he even loves her name. Tyrone, I know you can't see Jolie, but her nose is shaped like a heart. And I know that that heart represents the love that's going to continue to grow between the two of you. When you leave today, you'll take a guide dog, and you'll also take a little piece of my heart. I'll always love Jolie. I'll always think of the two of you, and I'll always hope that you are having a wonderful time together. Before I finish, I just want to thank all the wonderful people at GDA TLC. This is an incredible organization that continues to do more and more wonderful things, and I'm honored to be part of it. Thank you.
And last but certainly not least, Paul Jordan. Paul did an in-home with Sean Childs earlier in July of this year. Paul Jordan is 86 years old, from Bend, Oregon, and this is his third guide dog. He's married to his lovely wife, Della, and they have been married for 65 years. Together, they have 4 children, 11 grandkids, and 5 great-grandchildren. Unfortunately, Paul could not be here today, but Paul did tell me if he could be here today, he would be tap dancing on stage for all of you guys. So, in the words of Paul Jordan, keep smiling, everyone. Paul was matched with Legend, a female black Labrador retriever who was raised by Lori Rodding and Linda Loper. Sean has a letter or a poem that Paul wrote, and he's going to be reading on his behalf today.
All right, I have a statement actually first that he wrote. It says, to GDA organization, including all the employees, administrators, volunteers, especially the puppy raisers and supporters. I'd like to thank you for the ability to be blessed with my guide dog Legend. After 21 years of blindness and 3 guide dogs, I feel confident more than ever that a guide dog makes a world of difference for the blind person's life. This life-changing experience allows the freedom and independence that otherwise would not be possible. My special gratitude to my puppy raisers, angels, Lori Rodding and Linda Loper, for their generosity of all their time for guiding Legend through the training process. I'm eternally indebted to all the loving and caring people affiliated with Guide Dogs America. God bless you, Paul and Legend Jordan. Okay. Paul also wrote something that he would like, it's a song, but I'm going to do it in poem. And he would like me to give it to you guys. So, when my sight became an issue, I was discouraged and distraught. I looked to God to take my hand in hope I could be taught. He led me to guide dog school where I would get my start to regain my independence with a bonding of my heart. When I first met my guide dog, she was focused as she could be. She'd walked right up to me, if to say, I will help you see. I took the harness in my hand, and off we went in flight. It was a miracle. It was like I had my sight. You came to bring me safety. You came to bring me guide. You came to be my partner, to walk along my side. And if the path is hazardous, you always get me through. I am so blessed to have my dog. I am so blessed to have you. Blindness is a cross in life that some of us will bear. Some of us can see a light through the darkness and despair. I found my serenity without the thought of fear. I found true comfort with my companion near. My guide dog is a special gift. Many people played a role. From the time she was a puppy, they gave their heart and soul. My life has changed forever since my dog helped turn the tide. Thank you, Guide Dogs of America, for Legend and Rawhide. You came to bring me safety. You came to bring me guide. You came to bring my partner to walk along my side. And if the path is hazardous, you always get me through. I am so blessed to have my guide dog. I am so blessed to have you. Paul Jordan.
Representing Legend today is Lori.
I'm so thrilled to be here. And that Legend has become a guide dog. Since Linda couldn't be here, she's in Hawaii, darn it. She gave me a few words to say. I knew from the start that Legend was special, the way she paid attention to us, the speed at which she learned to ignore distractions and pick up all the lessons. She also was loved by everyone who came in contact with her. When Sean told us that she was matched with Paul and that he knew Paul, his eyes shone. God had given us the perfect match. I just want to thank the trainers, Sean and all the trainers and the staff for the wonderful work, as well as her sponsor, Pennsylvania State Council of Machinists. From the very beginning, Legend proved to be an exceptional learner and fabulous temperament, which continued through her adulthood and guide dog training. Fun and goofy addicts, yet focused when training. She never met a dog or animal or human that she didn't like. If a dog came into our home, which I have a revolving dog clients that come through our home, that was unsure, she made it a point to engage in play and make it feel comfortable. I'm told she did the same in the kennels. Even though her formal training took 2 years to find that perfect match, the trainers never gave up until her perfect match with Paul happened. We are so thankful for the persistence and love that was given to Legend. Legend represented the school at many events and fundraisers, showing how a guide dog operates. Legend has truly lived up to her name. Linda and I look forward to keeping in touch with Paul and Legend and meeting Paul in person someday. God's blessing on them both.
And congratulations to Class 421. You have all officially graduated today.
So I just want to say a special thanks to both Kelsey and Sean. These guys have worked tremendously hard over the past 3 weeks, so let's please give them another big round of applause. At this time, I'm going to ask that everybody remain seated. I have a few announcements, but let's give one more big round of applause for Class 421. And class, you are dismissed. All right, let me check my notes here. All right, so first, we do have a service dog graduation that is going to be happening here on October 29th. So please make sure you either come visit us for that, or again, we'll be on Facebook Live. We are going to be having some tours after graduation is over. If you would like to be on that tour, you are going to meet just outside. Oh, hi guys. Sharon and Diane will be leading the tour. They're over there waving their hands. They will be meeting underneath the wisteria, the big kind of canopy out there, and they'll get you on your tours. And then please visit the gift shop if you haven't already, and check out our stuff in there. So the last thing I want to say is, everybody has a dream of getting up on this stage as puppy raisers. And for those of you who don't make it up on the stage, whether it's guide dog or service dog, only about 35 to 40% of the dogs go on to make it. It's a hard job on both of those careers. It's not anything up to you that caused it to go there, right? So it's all important. Your dog is still going to change your life. It's still going to change other people's life. It's all important. So again, let's give another big round of applause for all of the puppy raisers. And thank you guys all for coming today. Please enjoy some refreshments. Check out the gift shop. And if you want to go on the tours, we'll see you on the tours. Thank you very much.